Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. So of course, Zack Snyder. It's all the rage. We're all talking about it because the Snyder Cut is going to be released in a few short days now, actually. And despite some instances of leaks here and leaks there and all this nonsense between AT&T and Warner Media, there's a lot of hype for it, of course. There's still a lot of hype. And there's also a lot of hype for potentially how this is going to impact the future of the DC Universe. But then Zack Snyder throws something out there which seems to indicate maybe that's not going to happen. Which then follows up over on Twitter, where people then start the hashtag Restore the Snyderverse. And they're both very intertwined, so that's why we're going to take a look at this first. And then dive off into the hashtag and basically what people are saying, because it's interesting. Now, you guys may know, of course, tragedy that befell Zack Snyder, and it is a true tragedy. It's not nice, it's awful. Family incidents like that, horrendous. My heart goes out to him, absolutely. And it, of course, led to him, I guess it was kind of the linchpin of them basically forcing him out, Warner Media. Forcing him out of the role of director and basically the head of the DC Universe. Now, there were some other reasons because of, that sort of led up to that as well. Declining box office, that was one of the reasons as well. And declining audience scores as well. Now, he was then exited from the role of overseeing the DC Universe. He basically had whatever he wanted to do. In DC, he had complete free reign, which some people would say was a positive, some people would say was a negative. I always think that potentially there should be someone above someone making decisions who can then question them. And we do know that Zack Snyder wasn't potentially questioned as much as he should have been. And then obviously what led into the whole Joss Whedon issue of him being sort of forced down. Now, this is interesting because he comes on to say that basically what he's doing here with the Snyder Cut isn't canon in any way, shape or form. And this throws into question a lot of the rumours and rumblings of the Justice League 2, continuation of what he wanted to do, and him revisiting the universe and world that he helped establish. So let's dive into it. This was initially on the DC Cinematic Cast, where he appeared. And that's one of the things I will say. I'll give him mad props because he really does interact with people, and that's great. Like, it's good. He's a man on the ground actually talking to people. But I will say this as well. That's quite indicative of the fact that he does have free reign currently, which goes into what he's been saying here, was he's got that because his Snyder Cut isn't canon. But we'll see. We will see. So let's take a look. So, during the interview with the DC Cinematic Podcast, Snyder was asked how his movie fits into the wider DC Extended Universe, and admits that his version will never be canon. That's what he says. That's from the horse's mouth itself. And I quote, "It's interesting, sort of in the DCEU, or whatever it's become, that trilogy, comprised of Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, Justice League, sort of insulates itself in some way and becomes its own thing now. I famously said, and it's true, this isn't controversial, my Justice League is not canon, right? Canon for Warner Brothers is the Joss Whedon version of Justice League." So he says it out and out there. It's not canon at all. That is the trilogy. He accepts it. It's not controversial. Even though I'm sure there'll be a lot of people really annoyed by that and probably disliking this video as a result. Don't shoot the messenger. In their mind, that's canon. And what I'm doing is not. Everything is not. Snyder would go on and continue. And then he said, so it's just an interesting, that relationship. And I'm fine with it because I feel like the only way that I could have made this film with autonomy was because of that. Because of me admitting and agreeing to the fact that it is not canon. So again, it's that out and out, yep, it's not canon. It's not happening. It's the only reason this is being made, because it's not canon. And then he admitted how he feels frustrated. So he says, the grander, greater concept for the DCEU is on another road, And there's nothing I can do about that. That is just, it is what it is. It's not my decision. So you can see, like, noticeably, he was well, not very happy about it, but also accepting of it. But this throws into question, you know, people, Warner Media have been pretty firm on this, saying that this is a road that leads nowhere. They've been pretty firm on that, but it was AT&T that got the ball rolling on this in the first place. So, although Warner Brothers, Warner Media, are happy to sit there and say, yep, it's not happening, it's a road that goes nowhere, there's no sequels, etc, etc, etc. And that might be what they are saying to Zack Snyder, hence why Zack Snyder says this stuff. It will only take AT&T to see that there's potential here to go, yeah, we'll do it, why not? Like, they're in charge. They're the boss. So if they turn around and say, no, we will do this, absolutely we will, Warner Brothers just has to suck it up and get on with it. Because they're the ones, they're being bankrolled by AT&T. AT&T own them. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. And interesting to see the fan reaction, which then takes us on to this part of the video, which is Restore the Snyderverse has been trending over on Twitter. Side note, if you want to follow me over on Twitter and catch up with my nonsense, it is at MissAgeReviews. And there's even, look, there's loads of things trending with respect to it. And this is the kind of reaction that I'm referring to. You know, these kind of reactions is what will get people, AT&T, to potentially notice that people want this to happen. It was trending. I'm not sure. Oh, it's 23.9 thousand tweets. Sorry, it wasn't in my sidebar before, but it is now. So you can just see it there, 23.9 thousand tweets. It's trending in entertainment, which is insane. Yeah. Zack wouldn't update the storyboards for Justice League sequels for no reason. But he's admitted it's not canon. So we'll see. We will see. He does a lot for the fans. You know, he might have just done this for the fans, but we will see. Justice League sequels, Batfleck Project, Deathstroke Solo, Cyborg Solo, Restore the Snyderverse. The world only makes sense when you force it to. Restore the Snyderverse. Lots of people, lots and lots and lots and lots of people here. Debbie Snyder, for lead executive of DC Movies and TV. I said what I said. Restore the Snyderverse. I think there will be enthusiasm to continue Zack's story. Joe Manganiello. I butchered that. Yeah, again, people just saying restore the Snyderverse. It seems to be a massive thing now. People are really going for it. Yeah. We'll see. We will see how it goes. But this is, like I said, this is the kind of reaction that will get people to notice anyway. So yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens, whether this leads to anything. Lots of people are going for it. Lots of people. Lots and lots and lots of people. So, what I would say, ladies and gents, I've just got to move past these bloody clips because what will happen there is lovely copyright claims. Let me know what you think down below. Let me know what you think of Zack's comments. It's not canon. He confirms it. How that parallels off what Warner Brothers have said. But then ultimately what you think of whether AT&T can just come on through and stop it all. Because they can. They can. It's just whether they want to or not. So let me know down below in the comment section. If you want to support the channel, we've got channel memberships open, which does have benefits, and we also have Patreon, which you can find linked down below in the description box. And we also have the Clown World merch, which is on my Teespring store, underneath every single video. There's some really cool designs there, so please do check it out and support the channel. But anyway, thank you all so much. Please do hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed this video and hit the thumbs up button. Thank you so much. Take care.